Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Aries. So Aries, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Aries, you seem to be in a state of allowance and surrendering that is really, really beautiful. And I feel like in this path where you are now, allowing things to happen in a very natural, organic way, it seems like things are opening up for you because you have been seeking balance and clarity. It seems like you have been on a long path of finding the sense of knowing who you are, or actually it's coming through as like knowing how much you're worth. It's like self acknowledging this worth that you have, the value that you have, everything that you hold inside of you that is extremely worthwhile, right? So the reason why I feel like you have been in this long journey to find your self-worth, Aries, is because it seems like you realized that you were walking in the wrong direction, in a sense. Not that there is a right or wrong, but because now things are flowing in a seamless way, in contrast or in comparison, where you were or the direction that you were going in the past seems to be very different than what you're going or what you're feeling right now. So we're beginning with the Six of Swords, and this is where I'm getting this surrendering. So usually I see this with this card. There is this state of allowing things to happen in a more natural, flowy way. And I feel like the reason for that, Aries, is because you have been in search of balance. The Justice card, maybe you have been seeking justice, like something legal, but really what I feel with this is like this internal balance, this sense of balance within yourself. And I feel like because of the Six of Swords, things now are feeling less challenging, perhaps, or just it's like you have found uh a way to maintain this balance. It's like there aren't those high highs and low lows. It's almost like things now are a lot uh, more balanced. But there is another word that wants to come and I cannot. Homogeneous, right? Things are a lot more homogeneous. It's like there is this sense of equilibrium and harmony, but well, the six to me brings this idea of harmony, and we also have another six. It's right underneath this card, actually. So maybe you have been in a journey where you were fighting against yourself, right? It's like swimming against the current, but actually it's like you were fighting against yourself. But now that things are a lot more balanced, it's like what you want, Aries, is a specific answer. The Sun card coming after this, it's coming through as a lantern. It's like there's something that you want to shine a light, maybe in terms of this process that now you are allowing more. Sorry about the noise. But there's also something about clarity that comes from this inner balance state. If you're not in balance, then it's really hard for you to find clarity. And it's interesting because clarity is coming through like a sense of satisfaction. It's like this personal satisfaction that comes when you are clear about maybe where you're going or the direction that you're going, because as I said, it's been a long journey. The Nine of Wands coming after this, at the same time that this has taken a while for you to get where you are right now, I feel like it works the same way now where you are, thinking about everything that you have ahead of you. It's like there is this notion, this, it's like the clarity, but also the satisfaction that it's not the end, that you have more to do, that you have more steps to take, that you have still a long journey ahead of you. It's almost like you're not giving up on yourself. You're not giving up on maintaining this inner state of balance, right? It's like, this is, if this is the challenge, then let's have fun with it. Let's have fun and enjoy this clarity of knowing that it's already been a lot, but there's still a lot more to come. And it's like, it can be exciting, right? This is why I'm seeing like this sun at the same time as it brings clarity, it brings this personal satisfaction. It's almost like this is enticing for you, Aries. It's like, because you have found this state of allowing things to naturally unfold and keep up with this balanced state, it's like things are a lot more just organic and flowy and enjoyable, pleasurable, right? It's like no matter how much there is still, it's like to go or to do, it's like you're excited by that. But there's also this notion here with this other six that I was talking about, the Six of Cups, that by contrast, you see how the arrows are all pointing upwards and the hearts are all pointing down. So this long journey, and you know, because the Nine of Wands, it's like it's you here in the center and you're at the very center, like the very middle point. It seems like here, Aries, in the past, this is where you're coming from, but the way that you were going about following the Six of Cups was leading you in a direction that is opposite to the one that you're right now. So it's almost like you had to go back. It's almost like rewinding to the beginning and realizing that because you were walking in the wrong direction, let's say, it's like now the path is longer, because it's like you have to it's like regain that territory, but also keep on moving forward, right? It's like, so you have more speed here just because of this allowance, because of your surrender. You have more speed. It's like the distinction between the lightness of air and the density of water. So when you were moving in this direction, maybe thinking about the past, stuck in a past situation, in a past history, it's like here you were swimming against the current, but actually it felt, I want to say it felt pretty, what is the word? It's it felt comfortable, but awkwardly so. It's like, you know, when you are in your comfort zone and you know that it's not exactly good for you, but you are in it just because, right? Just because it feels good. It felt good here. I mean, at least, okay, so maybe if not good, it at least felt familiar, right? When you were walking or going in that direction, stuck in the past, I want to say, it's like you were familiar. You knew what to expect, even if it was hard, even if it was challenging. But now that you realize that because you're in this state, right? Because it's interesting, what I just heard is like state of grace. Your internal balance is giving you this state of grace. And that's the reason why for you, clarity equals satisfaction with the sun. Because it's like you're shining a light on something that at least until this point was unclear, right? It was unclear to you that you were stuck in the past. It's almost like you were in this dense, maybe emotional state, stuck in a past story. And now that you know that there's still a long way to go, but you are allowing things to happen in a more just fluid way, it's like you're enjoying the time that you have to just to catch up, right? The Four of Swords, it's just like what happened just before you enter this flow state. If this is a natural flow, it's like flying with the wind, right? It's like you're so light as a feather, that you're floating with the wind, right? So this is the new characteristic that you know that you can find and maintain balance, right? This is your inner state. This is your inner balance. Although it could be, related to some sort of legal matter or something that for you brings this justice, right? But it's like you bringing justice to yourself. This is actually how I'm seeing it. And being satisfied by that because of the sun. So the Four of Swords is like just before you pick up, just before you start moving in the other direction, right? You see, it's like here, if you were going in this direction, at some point you realize that you were going in the wrong direction, and then you stop. It's like this point of, it's like the turning point, right? The Four of Swords is the turning point before it would be something like this, right? It's like here, it's almost like your emotions or your inner imbalance was leading you in the wrong direction because it was comfortable, because it was familiar, right? Maybe that's the best word to say. It was just familiar. But at some point, because you were seeking balance and because you're not afraid of the challenges, it's almost like it intrigues you. And now that you know that you can change directions, or that you can change, it's like swapping your mindset, or it's like maybe this internal belief, because now things are a lot more balanced. It's like you can it's almost like you can swap places or plates, right? It's like if you were only, it's like if justice for you meant only something that was coming from this emotional realm, it's like now that things are a lot more balanced, it's like you can think with your mind. It's like you're not going to be inundated by the tsunami of emotion or overwhelm of feelings, or whatever that you were feeling about something in the past, right? That was keeping you there. So switching gears, right? You're switching gears. But I feel like this has already happened, to be honest. It's like you allowed yourself to realize that you were going in this direction that felt familiar, but at the same time that it felt comfortable, it also was, perhaps very challenging, right? So when you switch, it's like things flow in an easier way, things flow in a more balanced way, and you, Aries, realize your full potential. Ending here with the Emperor, I feel like this is so this has to do with this. It's the same intense feeling of satisfaction, of personal satisfaction. It's like you happy to be you, you excited to be you, you interested in what this path still has for you, or whatever there is for you to discover about yourself, about your worth, right? The most important thing that this Emperor is wanting to show you, first of all, because the Emperor is the Aries card, is your value, your worth, how worth it was to keep on following, no matter if you were, stuck in this loop or going in the wrong direction for however long. It's like you're not interested in, it's like glorifying the past. You even if you did in the past, right? If you were worshiping something from your past that was keeping you stuck there, it's like now that you have the contrast, because things are a lot more balanced, so you can weigh things with a lot more, well, consciousness, clarity, knowingness, right? So it's like you look to yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you realize, because you, it's like you have given yourself the time, Aries, to properly value every single step and every single direction that you were going on, right? It's like you're not judging your choices in the past. You are simply valuing your ability to realize in the right moment, because it's like the Four of Swords is the now moment, when you realize that you were going in this direction and then you suddenly stop, right? It's like you stop. You perhaps stop fighting against yourself because you realize that you're going to have to, go back all the way, right? Because you were so intensely going in this wrong direction. So the moment that you stop, it's like you realize that actually the prize is knowing that you're capable of overcoming all of this. So it's like realizing your worth. It's actually realizing your potential to overcome and move in the right direction, at least move in a direction that now it's going to be very clear how much you're capable of. It's like you couldn't see this prize because you were heading in the wrong direction, right? It's like heading in the direction of the past would never allow you to see, but because now you're allowing yourself to go in a new direction, it's like now you're going in the right direction, that yes, it's going to be very clear, because you are choosing to shine a light on what is the real true prize, which is finding your own worth, right? So you realizing your own value is the prize itself that is going to make even, the time that you might think that you lost going in the wrong direction, but now switching gears and switching your direction, it's like everything is worth it. The time that you passed thinking or, longing for something, or, crying over spilled milk is what I just heard. But, whatever maybe you wanted to change about your past, it's like you realize that you don't have to keep on going, right? To swim against the current. It's like you can stop there and you can allow the current to take you, because the current will take you in the right direction, right? It's like, again, the state of allowing and surrendering to the current that is in harmony with a greater sense of justice, a greater sense of what is right for you, right? What is going to show you how much you're worth because of everything that you have endured, right? So it's exciting, because now it's like, it's almost like the sensation that you can do it all over again. It's almost like having a second chance, but knowing exactly why you're doing what you're doing. It's almost like, because at first perhaps you were fighting against yourself, or fighting against a memory, or fighting against something that you were beating yourself up because you couldn't change about the past, but now it's like that is not worth it. That is not why you're here. It's like you're here to surrender, you're here to embrace this flow, right? And the moment that you do so, it's like that it's, yes, it's going to be a long way, ahead of you, but it is worth it. Like every single step that you're aiming to reach for this best version of yourself, or the better version of you, it's like everything is worth it, right? This is what I keep on hearing. Everything is worth it. You are worth it. So I feel like you're very certain. It's like, again, it's like the clarity that is coming from the sun, it's bringing a lot of power to you and a lot of strength, to be honest. So I feel like you are recognizing that about yourself, and that's the reason why It's like you're not even close to giving up. It's like you're just ready for it. It's like you have this hunger of, you know, it's like tasting this value of yours, right? Tasting this full potential. So Aries, I am going to pull more cards for you as well as the astrological runes. So if you want to join me in the extended reading, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.